Well, hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Blue Gamer Bluecast Morning Show. I'm your host, Adam Blue. The thing I say all the time, I know. But it's Friday, and we've got Ultronymous and JamKillX, so I think we're ready to go. Good to see you guys this morning. So it's Friday. You know, I feel like in the gaming world, because of the Switch 2 stuff going on, I feel like it's been quiet everywhere else, And here's the thing, like it's weird. I love Nintendo games. I grew up playing Nintendo games, but I almost feel like Nintendo games are kind of like secondary, even though I don't know what it is. I maybe it's because when it comes to a Nintendo console, really the only games I would play are the Nintendo exclusives, and while they have a lot, it's not like I play them all. So it's kind of interesting. For instance, I need to go back and finish the Kirby game because it's going to have some added DLC for Switch 2. I need to finish the Link's Awakening, or not Link's Awakening, yeah, the remake of Link's Awakening. But I didn't like how it ran, so maybe it'll run better. Switch, I don't know. It's just weird, all this Nintendo news, and I myself don't really, unless there's some interesting Nintendo stuff to talk about, right? I'm usually not playing Nintendo stuff. I'm seeing some weird trash on my desk. I know that's. Oh, I know what that is. Sorry, I'm distracted. Yeah. I've always been Team Sega. And you know what? That is interesting. Let's actually explore that real quick because I was as well, right? So I was playing obviously Nintendo before Sega. I guess not obviously, but in the United States and America, most likely before a Sega Master System, you played an NES, but or Sega before Sega Genesis. But like, I would go to a friend's house to play Nintendo because I didn't care to have a Nintendo. It wasn't until Sonic with the Sega Genesis. So what I think is interesting with Nintendo is they still lean on the family friendly, and they're always hitting that spot, whereas Sega can be more teenager or adulty, and I think that is where that evolution, I think, helped with gamers when we were younger, and then the gaming was coming onto the scene. I think Sega had more of the here, let's grow up with the games. I don't know. James Kellogg, same with you. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know, something about that. I think it's like Sega made, for me, it was because of Sonic. Sega made gaming seem like movies. And I don't mean movie, but I just mean where it had like all this stuff around it, the music, the characters. Even that game Bimini Run that came out, it reminded me of that movie or that show that was on TV at the time. Oh, what was it called? Like Thunders in Paradise? I think I'm making stuff up. There was these two dudes that were like on this boat, this little boat, 2-seater boat, I guess. They'd go and do action adventure like in the Everglades. I forget. But I just remember, so when this game Bimini Run came out on the Genesis, I was like, oh shit, this is like, it looks like they took the show and they made a game, stuff like that. Okay. Sega was definitely more mature. Sega did what Nintendo, yeah. But, I mean, it's interesting, though, that Nintendo has been able to kind of hold on this long, preserving their essence. Sega just had more games I liked overall. Nintendo had 3 standouts, but overall Sega vibed with me better. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I feel the exact same way. Okay, so let's actually move on to some news. Oh, that got dark. I guess my monitor is what's been... oh, that's not the right screen, actually. Let me... I don't know why I did that. Okay. What did I play? Well, not much. I really didn't play much yesterday. Maybe I played some Panzer Paladin. Guys, you know that level I was playing on Panzer Paladin yesterday? I played it again, right? And I got right to the end of the level. And I got killed, and I had to start over again. And I'm like, do I have to start this whole level again? The game is fun, but it's so slow-paced that when I was just thinking, okay, now I got to play the level again, I was like, I don't really feel like it. And that's too bad. I want to play the game again. But when that comes to me, it's like, oh, I can't fight this. I'll come back to it later. Cool game. Cool concept. Love the art and all that. Okay. Afterimage. Guys, I think I'm going to show you Afterimage here in a second. This is something I had bought, and I didn't realize I'd bought it. I forgot when I bought it. It looks incredible. It's a Metroidvania. It's another Metroidvania that stars an anime girl, just like this Urza's Wheel of Fortune, which, again, that's a fun one, too. And I might show you guys that here in a second. Let's see. My mom got me a Sega to keep me from just following the crowd. Oh, that's cool. Nintendo hasn't really been all that experimental. Mario is always just Mario, but with a rotating power-up system. Sega took more risks, which didn't always pay off, but was bold anyway. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly it. I love this because that's exactly how I felt in the 90s in gaming. Even when PlayStation came out, at first I was like, I wasn't crazy about it. I mean, it seemed cool, but then when I saw the games, they all seemed more... I guess at the time, the way that I would explain what PlayStation games almost seemed like to me would be like, and I guess my view of this has changed over time, but back in the 90s, when a licensed game came out, usually it meant, okay, it's going to have the high production value, but it might be short and kind of boring. That's how I always viewed licensed games. So when PlayStation started coming out, their production value... That's what they're known for. I think they really, really, really made gaming super mainstream. They made their stuff felt kind of like that. The super production value. There's obviously some standouts on PlayStation. And then as it got bigger, tons of badass games came into the PlayStation ecosystem. But at that time, like when the PlayStation was coming out, I was thinking, I mean, Dreamcast, N64, that seems cooler. It's very interesting. My biggest issue was the lack of Mega Man games. Yeah, there's that. I remember on the Sega thinking, hey, they need Mega Man. For Sega or PlayStation? I just meant, for Mega Man? I know Sega had a Mega Man game, but I think it was canceled or it was... I forget what that was. And then on PlayStation, I know that it went up to, Mega Man 8 or 9? Or something like that. And then it had the other ones. Yeah, it's surprising to think about the N64 in Mega Man. It's just weird what those companies did with their IPs in terms of what console they would have them on or not. It was always interesting. Shinobi 3. Really? It was always rented out? Wow, yeah, that was a good one. I remember, what was it? It was a little later in the Sega life cycle. I think by this time... I forget, maybe 32X and all that was out, and I was at a friend's house, and he had the Shinobi 3 cartridge, and he just gave it to me. I was like, whoa. Okay. Oh, yeah, PlayStation had the X series, but mostly Mega Man Legends. Okay. All right. I guess we'll move on. And like I said, there's really not too much. This is an article that's about that GoldenEye remaster. So you can play GoldenEye on the Xbox right now. It's on Game Pass. So this is an interview with Stephen Kick of Night Dive Studios. So Night Dive Studios has been doing these remakes of games, and they've been excellent. Excellent. But the remaster, there was a GoldenEye remaster that was supposed to come out, and it never did. So Stephen Kick is saying, or they ask, what happened with your proposed GoldenEye 007 remaster? And Stephen Kick says, oh, yeah, that was a real heartbreak just because we had put in a lot of effort into pitching that. We had a dream team all set up, and we got by the MGM Eon side of things. That took a year. And then it was, okay, we're ready to go. Well, did you guys get the rights from Nintendo? Wait a minute. We thought you had that. And then Nintendo was like, yeah, no third party's ever going to touch any Nintendo stuff ever. So this is what sounds odd. And then Nintendo was like, yeah, no third party's ever going to touch any Nintendo stuff ever. But that's not true at all. Nintendo always has third party. I mean, Metroid Dread third party studio out of Spain that they're also working on their own game right now that's multi-platform. So that's weird. Right? Like that. It's like, okay, is that? So have you guys tried to work with Nintendo in the past? And it says, well, oddly enough, we were the very first company to have an N64 game on the Nintendo Switch with Turok. So that got their attention right away. But it didn't really lead to a partnership or anything. I think that they have, and I'm going to be a little bit more fair than Steve, is a very successful business philosophy that's worked well for them. We were talking about that earlier today. That said, it's very hard for them to deviate from that. It's very hard. So to me, this, what I'm highlighting right here, and then Nintendo was like, yeah, no third party's ever going to touch any, that can't be it. To me, that doesn't convince me that because there are examples where Nintendo has, and he even cited that they have done stuff with Nintendo. So I wonder what it really is. Because, thinking about a remaster, the one that came out on the N64 that came out on the Xbox was remastered enough for it to seem modern. But I guess it would be cool if they went all in, like all updated graphics, all that stuff. So I don't know. I've always been curious about the GoldenEye stuff. Nintendo likes to lie. LOL. Okay, Ultronimus, you got it. Oh, hey, Steve, good to see you. I miss the SNES of gaming too poor. Well, you know what? I don't think you missed much because I was lucky to have both, but it was mainly like it was really cool because we had a Sega Genesis and then my dad had to travel for work. I don't know why I put the quotes on the travel because that's fine. He had to travel for work, so he said he needed another console for when he was gone. So that's why he told my mom he wanted to get the Super Nintendo, but he never took it with him. So it was kind of funny. Anyway, so I'd play Super Nintendo games. At the end of the day, the Genesis games were just more exciting. Even the ports, Aladdin on Genesis versus Aladdin on Super Nintendo, Aladdin on Genesis is better. Even the X-Men games, the X-Men Capcom game on SNES appeared like it would be better, but the X-Men Genesis games, even though they were harder and looked unique, was just a more interesting experience. It was an interesting time. Okay, so that was the GoldenEye remaster. Call of Duty World at War and Infinite Warfare appear included with Game Pass Online. Let's see, several Call of Duty titles in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So I like to keep track of this stuff because with Microsoft, since they now have this ginormous back catalog, I'm really wanting to see more of these games. I can understand not putting them all at once, trickle them out. But that is really cool that they have them. Am I going to play these again? No. Although I think it was either Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare that had that DLC with Bruce Campbell. And I never did that one. But anyway, I want to keep up. There's so many like Marvel games, Spider-Man, Transformers. There's so many games that could be put on Game Pass. Can't wait. Okay, Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order invites begin rolling out from next month. What a weird order sentence. Begin rolling out from next. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's my lack of college. Okay, Nintendo is sending out pre-order invites for the Switch 2, and the first batch of invites will be released on May 8th. Really? Okay, so this is the first I've heard of this. Again, I saw the article, clicked on it so we could read it together. I like the sound of that. I like that we have some time. But nothing. Okay, so we're registered. Okay, I've registered. You have to 18, 12 months, blah, blah, blah. I already did all that stuff. Although I was thinking of getting it from Best Buy because we have a Best Buy card that we use for our electronics. If you receive the invite, you have 72 hours to complete your purchase. Wow. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like I would get one because, again, like I said, the idea would be to use like our Best Buy card. We don't have anything on it right now. I bought the arcade one up on it and all that. Because just at that price, man, it would be hard for me to drop my cash on it. Only because, I guess it's more of, there's nothing necessarily immediately I want to do with the Switch 2. But the Mario Kart would be fun. I see it more as the family thing. I guess that's how I'm seeing this now that I'm thinking about it. And the reason I'm speaking in terms of, my wife and I think of using the Best Buy card, blah, blah, is because I feel like the Switch 2 would be more of a family thing. Because I'm still going to want to play the games I want to play, like on PC, but all those family games on there. So maybe that, I don't know. Let's see. Funny that Nintendo was say, oh yeah, that's right. Nintendo Switch to pre-order begin rolling. Would have been the proper way to say it. Hey, Autonomous, you should be writing articles. So a month delay. Yeah, about a month, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Man, this sounds like a contest or the Gundam card game event more than a console pre-order. Yeah, right? It's been pretty crazy. And from what I understand, this actually has nothing to do with tariffs. In fact, the other thing too is, I don't know if this is true. I read this, but that I guess companies like Nintendo have 90 days to stock up on stuff. So it's almost like Nintendo doesn't have an excuse. I don't know. I mean, it seems like it could be good news. Okay, this oh no, that was my news I was pulling, and then this. Was there anything on here? Nintendo Switch is getting some classic Sega Genesis games, but you know, I'm not too crazy on that whole online way that Nintendo does that. I don't want to keep complaining about Nintendo. Okay. I'm going to do a couple things. First of all, I want to show you guys, and I'm not going to play a lot of it, but I want to show you after image. I was completely shocked at how this game looked. I was not expecting this. So I'll just kind of run around just for like a minute or two. And here's an example of a game that is perfectly fine full screen. You see how it's completely random? All right. Okay, so lately a couple things I've realized that I need in my Metroidvanias is I don't like things to look desolate and dreary, and I like what Castlevanias do is, even though it has the gothic look, there's very much a sort of atmosphere, a gothic atmosphere that's more uppity, is what I'm trying to say. This game has a very calm looking, and like, okay, like if you look at the background, that is like 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know how many layers to like really give this atmosphere. And then look at the foreground. How many layers is that? And then even the animation of the character, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like kind of typical 2D, you know, hand-drawn animation, but it almost has that feeling of kind of like 90s animation where it's not 100% perfectly smooth, you know, due to it being hand-drawn. It has that look to it, and I love it. Music is good. Let's see, oh yeah, let me show you the map. So classic Metroidvania map. Fast travel. You can fast travel with potion. It's a potion that you have to get, and then you can fast travel at any point to any point. Or you can fast travel at any time to any destination that allows it. So, combat. So I have a thing where it's like you equip 2 weapons. So X, Y. So I could do. I don't even think that was a combo. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's combos. Okay, and what was the other button? Yeah, right trigger, dash around. It's a back dash, just like Symphony of the Night. And then, okay, I don't know what I just did just then. I pressed the left button. I don't think I've had that tutorial yet. All right. And there's this, which I don't know. Okay. I'm very early on. Oh, I can't even drop down? Okay. And what I kind of don't like is that you use the analog stick to move and the D-pad. That's weird. I really don't know where to go. And the D-pad is for like the potions. I would rather use the D-pad to move and then analog stick for potions, but I guess that could be weird. Okay, I'm getting hit a lot. Excuse me. So, I guess I should go up here. I was like, I don't know where I should go. Oh. Okay, I got a wooden scythe. Let's go to equipment real quick. Okay, so it shows... Interesting. Interesting. Scythe attack, blade attack. They have, like, different... I don't know. I don't know yet. What the? Alright. There's something up there. I think I already got it, so maybe it like... replenishes? That's not the word. Respawns. Okay. Alright. I do want to jump so I can show you guys something else. Let me see if I can get to a save point or something. Oh no, this is like some story.
The village. So those fire... Let's enter the village proper.
Okay, danger. Okay. I'll deal with this later. I'm gonna jump into something else that I've been craving. What the? Alright. So anyway, this game looks great. Again, it's called Afterimage. It came out in 2023. I think in terms of looks, yeah, this is super pretty. Yeah, I think it's one of the best looking Metroidvanias. And in fact, Ultronimus, you could have told me about this. Because I think in our chat history, there's a lot of Metroidvanias you've been telling me about. Or that we would tell each other about, so. Okay. Here's what we're going to do now. Actually, I need the controller again. This is going to be a lot of fun. At least for me. So if you didn't recognize the music at the start, that was Gradius 5. And I've been craving that, playing that game for so long. We're going to do it right now. No, that's not it. There we go. This also doesn't do full screen. Let me, it is not letting me. Hello? Oh my gosh. What is up with... Okay, is it... No, still not. Okay, how do I get out of the full screen? How do I get out of the full screen? I know I've done it before. No. Okay, great. There we go. I threaten that I'm going to shut it down. Okay. Guys, Gradius 5, let's do this. It's been a long time. Do I need to do anything here? Yeah, I would rather do that. Let's put it on easy. It's been a while. I forget what revival start meant. So if you guys hadn't played this, I remember when it came out because I was already like deep into shmumps. Gradius, never thought this would happen. I remember the day I went to the GameStop to get it. I think I do this. And I think you can edit your own, or that might... Either in this game you can edit your own loadout, or that's another Gradius. So yeah, then at the bottom, it's like, okay, I'm gonna... Oh, speed up, okay. Oh, it's been a while. Because I think there was like this certain pattern that I would do. I'm completely forgetting. So yeah, you see it like on the bottom as I get those power-ups. I'm filling up. Okay. Multiple. And then this guy, I think he goes away if you don't kill him. But there we go. Oh no. No, I ran into it. Okay, I gotta get used to this. Yeah, the speed up. It's like I have to get the speed up like 3 times or it's so hard to... Also, another thing I thought was incredible for shmups, you know, this was 2005, is like just the graphics. Like, I still think this looks better than most shmups that are out right now. Okay, I'm getting the speed up. It's funny, when you kill these, they like yell. It's like a dude yelling. Okay. There we go. That was close. Oh, there we go. There's a power up. Missile. There we go. Yeah, so really, I guess what I was always doing in the past, wow, all the flashbacks are coming to me, is like running through this, going a few levels without getting hit, and even on normal. In what works, oh, I missed that, is this upgrade aspect that it has. It really makes it feel like there's a mix of strategy long term and then the tactics at the moment that you could be implementing with how this system works. Okay, where did that other one disappear? Into the bad guy. Oh, I'm gonna be getting a lot here. Get my double. Okay, what's... I want a multiple. Okay, I don't... Do I remember what to do here? I don't know. Oh, lordy. What? Destroy the core, right? Isn't that the... Oh! I was not expecting that. Oh no, it's coming back to me. No! Luckily the hitbox is pretty small. And I would normally have more options or lasers at this point. But I got hit early on. Okay, let's get this. Yeah, because I think normally you could do this. I'll hit the laser. Normally you can do this where you only have to go through that thing once. Feels good, man. And you're dodging. Okay. So I have the laser, I guess I'm using, and I'm right at the core. Oh, no! I got too close to the sun. Okay, it's almost dead. Come on, he keeps moving. There we go, guys. Yes. I died twice. I am embarrassed. Hey, Chad, what's up? Yeah, this is Gradius 5. Came out 2005 on the PS2. It was just the other day I was thinking, are they going to re-release it? Konami, well, you know, because Konami announced that Gradius collection that's coming out later this year, and this wasn't on there. Not even, I think not even 3 and 4, but they have a new Life Force, so I mean, I just want this to get re-released. Whoa, that guy was behind me. Wait, did my speed up reset? Oh, yeah, I died. I'll just get another one, like, speed up. And I lost those others. Warning, there's a space-time anomaly forming. 2 objects have emerged. Ship identification code cannot be processed for... this is awesome. The other is Vic Viper. 2301. Impossible. Like, I love that story, because you're just playing a shmup, and then there's, like, this interesting time travel element with the other Vic Viper. It's like, I don't have much time. Listen closely. We need to get inside the ship. Like, this could be a movie. With some badass music. How often are shmups this cinematic? So it's like as the ship is like going into the atmosphere, like this has always inspired me when I've like designed like shmups. Multiple. Love the multiples. I think it's really supposed to be called Option. They might have renamed it for this game or for the North American release. I don't know. So that's cool because you see the other Vic Viper from the future. You don't have much time. I love that stuff. Oh, that hurt. I remember this. No. I thought it was gonna die. I got the missile. Eyeball. Always favorite fight in a shmup. Oh no, not this. Oh! Maybe I did it too early. Alright, it is that time. I do have to get going. Let me, hopefully this level ends soon. What I also like about this type of shmup is, I mean, it's horizontal. Those are my favorite. But, that's not safe. But it does these things where it moves like...
You need some practice.
I do need some practice, but I think I'm done. But I like how it moves around. So yeah, it's not like just static the whole time. Like it moves up, down, but it gets hard. But I guess that's what's so fun. There's so much action with a game like that. Exit and save state. Exit without saving. Actually, let me properly get it, because I think... So, yeah, that's right. I forgot about this. So the extend, this is where you can get more stock, but then also I think in this game, the more you play, the more you unlock stock. Yeah, I'm glad I got back into this. This needs a proper Oh, autosave is off. Interesting. I think I'm remembering all this from when I had it on the PS2 and about like saving and unlocking the stock. Okay. All that is all. All that is all. Had a lot of fun. Have a good weekend. Yeah, we'll talk later. See y'all.